Show it because you do better than I.
Hey people,
Oh,
after
two Academy Awards. Huh, best film
Yep.
editing and best sound. It was loud sound. Hi.
hey, we're continuing with What Kay Wants Week.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what this movie. I knew
First
it
we've
was
done
something with
first
armed forces.
first we've done The Ultimate Gift, which was
Mhm,
okay.
Mhm.
Then we did Rush Hour, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Now,
We got serious.
let's go into the polar opposite, her choice, because this is What Kay Wants Week.
Well, it was a DVD that we had.
Black Hawk Down.
Yeah. Give me it.
Did it suddenly go blurry for some reason?
I don't know. Okay.
Let me take it because we
No,
both saw it, and
I just want to be relaxed.
You know what,
Okay,
people?
the reason I
Hold on,
wanted
hold
to
on.
see
Wait,
no,
one,
just
I want to say one thing.
Just let me say one thing. The reason it was a DVD, and you know by now we're going through DVDs to see if we want them on
You've already
Blu-ray.
said we own this movie.
Okay. And plus, there was a guy that I worked with where I work, and he said he was in the team that did Black Hawk Down.
So that's why you bought it, or the big guy?
No, I don't know. I think maybe I bought it because it was a contending picture in 2001. It only won Best Film Editing, which was pretty good, and Best Sound, which was a lot of bullets and sniper attacks and more bullets and grenades and rocket launchers.
As you said in the past, the big guy on Black Fridays, whenever stores like Target, Best Buy, Walmart, or whatnot, whenever they would have like buy movies 5 for $5 on DVD,
or 5 for 10 or something, 2 for 5. I don't
or
think
5 for
I don't
20
think
or
they're $1 a piece. Those would be really bad movies.
I found one at the dollar store. It was like a 45-minute animated movie that starred Simon Helberg from The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, God. Which one is Simon?
He's Wallowitz.
Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Animated, so it was his voice?
It was it was animated, but it looked like it was like cheap hand-drawn animation.
Oh, wow. Well, he must have needed money.
Like Drew the Intern's son, Hollandblitz, could have probably done as good of, if not maybe a slightly better job based on the drawings I remember of it.
So we're going to discuss the movie?
So he would just buy like a bunch of like 5 for 20 or 5 for 10 or whatever DVDs, and we haven't seen many of them, so we're getting through them. And you know what? I've been talking so much during this review.
No, you haven't.
Kay, I'm going to make you this promise.
Okay, this is a serious movie.
You can talk for
3 minutes.
10 minutes.
How about 3 minutes?
10 minutes.
You can join in.
People, I don't want to interrupt her spotlight. So there you go. I will be quiet. I'll even get some Coke Zero.
Oh boy.
Just so I can't interrupt you.
Okay. So, this was a military movie about the elite forces. What had happened is the UN had asked the U.S. to come into Somalia because there was a dictator that had taken over the country and had taken all the food, and 300,000 people had died.
I thought it was 300,000 a year.
No. That had either died from starvation or were killed. And so then what had happened is the U.S. and the UN, their UN troops were mostly from Pakistan. And the U.S. and the Pakistanians, the UN force, they brought peace and food and everything to everybody. And then as soon as the U.S. pulled out, then this dictator, I forgot, I probably can't even say his name, But
Is it because he looked like everybody? Is it because he looked like half the other people?
no, I don't think so.
Keep talking.
So anyway, what had happened was he killed all the UN soldiers or took them prisoner. And so then the US and the UN were called back in, and the US was determined to get this dictator out of office. And what was happening is they weren't given the Delta Force and the Special Forces, American Rangers, I don't know who all was there, but they were not given enough firepower to deal with. I mean, it was like cities of people with guns and rocks and rocket launchers and everything going after our forces. So we had a $25,000 reward out there for anybody that could help us, help the forces there find where this dictator was, because we were going to take him out. So you have all these young soldiers, 18, 19, 20, that were fighting with the veteran soldiers that had just arrived to some Somalia, and they had to turn around the next day and go out and try and take things down. So the Black Hawk Down is really from the first helicopter that went down. They said Black Hawk is down. So then what they had to do is everybody that was on the ground had to go and secure the site, because these people were putting up blockades and everything else and just shooting, even women shooting, children shooting. It was like, wow, a lot of shooting. And some things were graphic that I did, yeah, Justin's help, I had to like close my eyes and just a little, ooh, yeah, it was something else. But
Lady Terminator isn't so bad now, is it?
right, a little bit of blood. This was a lot of blood. So
this makes Lady Terminator look like Oogie Loves.
Yeah.
Yes, I own both Lady Terminator and Oogie Loves.
So the UN
and Bobblehead's the movie too.
The UN told the US that you could not shoot unless you were being fired upon, and so that was kind of the rule. And so they found out, they had an informant, and they found out where the dictator was going to be with his men, his generals, and just his assembly and whatever. And so the first helicopter went down. So some of the men that were on the ground had to secure it, which some of the men got shot very bad. Some of them did perish. And then the convoys had to get all the injured out of there, so they left all the soldiers. And then another helicopter came in to help the convoy get out of there, and then they got shot down. Oh my God. So there was a lot of shooting, and there was one live pilot. There were two guys that came to help the second helicopter that went down. And oh wow, the one pilot, he survived, and he was taken by the dictator. And he was trying to make a trade with everybody that was taken out of the hotel site, like prisoners or to be questioned or whatever, get them off the street, get the guns away from them and everything. So the general, he had always said to them, no man left behind. So they had to get everybody. I don't know what happened to the one soldier that was killed at the second helicopter, that they took his shirt off and they were holding him up in the air, you know, chanting and everything else. I don't know what happened with him. The pilot was taken alive as a prisoner. I think he was a ranger and he wasn't special forces, and he was a pilot. But there was a lot of bloodshed. So finally, when the Pakistanians came in and everybody got to the safe zone in the stadium, and then they regrouped and everything, and a lot of people wanted to go back out even though that they were injured or whatever, and so more went out. They finally got the dictator and the prisoner. I think they got, or our pilot from the group. I think they got him out. What did it say? Like 10 to 12 days later, they were able to get him out of there. 19 people from the Rangers, the American Rangers, and Special Forces were killed, and they listed all of those people at the end. Then there was 1,000 civilians killed. So it was a very touching movie. It was like some of the people didn't want us there. When the convoy was going back to the stadium, and these guys, there was no room for them because there were so many injured. They used every inch of space they could, and so they had to walk. And then the convoy was going too fast, so you've got like maybe 7 to 10 guys that are walking and trying to get to the stadium for safety. And all these people towards the stadium were chanting them on and thanking them for doing what they were doing, because all these people were starving to death or they were killed. And what they noticed was they had a food convoy go through one of these tent cities, and all of the people were grabbing rice or whatever they could. And all of a sudden this guy just started shooting them all and said, "This is the food of dictator," whatever his name is, started with an A. I can't even remember what it was. Here, you can look to see if it's on there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, okay.
You keep talking. I could say a few things if you'd like me to.
But the mission, when they went out, they kept telling all these new guys, "Oh, we'll be back in a half an hour to an hour. You don't need that. You don't need that. Nope, that's just more weight, blah, blah, blah." And everything just turned bad. It was like they didn't even have a chance. I mean, the whole city was being armed with guns and rocket launchers, and just it was kind of sad to watch. We were there to help. Maybe we weren't supposed to be there, but the UN, which represents the world, they asked for our help. So,
should I say anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wasn't a huge fan of the movie. It was just act. Normally I would be the last one to complain about just action.
Yeah, this was a lot of action.
But I'll complain when it's just action. It's like, can someone say a joke? Like, can we know any of these characters?
It was kind of sad.
Can someone have like 3 lines without there being blood?
Hoorah. Yeah, it was like the general knew that it was bad. He was like, "We've got to get everybody out of there. Get them out. Come on, get every vehicle we have that has 4 wheels that are running. Get in there. We got to get them out."
This makes Lady Terminator look like the movie Blue.
No.
Do you remember that movie?
Yes. But you know what? I'm thinking, they said it was based on a true story. I'm thinking it was, maybe something that...
There's so many things that are based on true stories.
I know, but it was...
The Trump prophecy said it was based on a true story.
Yeah, whatever lies are. But I think it was kind of good to see.
There was a Jason Statham, Robert De Niro action film that said it was based on a true story.
I do not want to see it again. And if it was true, it's made me interested into like either contacting my friend or looking it up and just seeing, is this exactly what took place? Because, Hollywood tends to overdo things, to make it glamorous or what. This wasn't glamorous.
You mean like in Deepwater Horizon where the main lead was Mark Wahlberg, but then when they showed the picture of him, he looked like a dude from Duck Dynasty with a long beard.
Yeah.
He looked like Jace or whatever, one of those characters.
I think the people that they picked to be in that movie, I think, they might have touched something in me. Just I want to learn more about
Confusion?
it. No, I want to learn more about it because, we went through this. We lost 19 people. Don't know how many people we lost on the previous to restore order, but I mean, what did they call it? Genocide?
Yeah, I think.
For just killing people and letting them starve to death. And, I don't know. You hear about the pirates in Somalia or whatever.
Somali pirates, yeah.
But I don't know. Are things really still bad there and we're just not hearing about it?
If I want to watch a movie that deals with war that is based on a true story,
You watch Red?
then I will stick with good films that are about war that are based on a true story. Movies like Kong Skull Island, thank you very much.
Well, did you...
Or Drafty Daffy.
Did you say that Siskel and Ebert reviewed this?
No, that was another movie.
Oh, this was reviewed by Spill or somebody?
Nope. Oh, they said this movie, there was like so many people shooting, you couldn't tell who was who, and it almost looked like one person died twice.
Oh, okay. Well, and plus, remember when they said the helicopter up that was giving them some relief? The helicopter, he's like, I don't know who's shooting who's who. And so he had to throw a flare up on top of the roof for the helicopter to take out all of those people. But I probably wouldn't see it again. If you're into war pictures and, some of you guys
Watch
are into
Saving
military,
Private Ryan,
I didn't see that one.
Schindler's List,
I didn't see that one either.
Munich,
Maybe Munich was during the Olympics. I might have seen that movie.
2004, 2005.
But anyway, we should wrap this up. I've been dabbling, talking, so.
Join us next time where, spoiler alert, it's another movie she